Today, we're talking about the new Karate Kid movie and whether or not it will be in the Cobra Kai timeline. As you all know, Cobra Kai was a huge hit, and I think it would be cool to see a movie that takes place after the show's events. So stay tuned as we discuss the movie. First up, the Karate Kid movie series is getting a reboot with a new generation of characters. Fans are curious whether the new Karate Kid film will take place in the same period as the famed Cobra Kai series that can be found on YouTube. The announcement of the new film came not too long ago. The first Karate Kid movies were produced in the late 1980s and told the narrative of Daniel LaRusso, a young guy who learns karate from Mr. Miyagi, played by Pat Morita, to protect himself against bullies. Ralph Macchio played Daniel LaRusso in the films. The next Karate Kid film will take place in China and tell the story of a young boy named Dre Parker. Jaden Smith will assume the role, who is instructed in Kung Fu by a man named Mr. Han, played by Jackie Chan. It remains to be seen if the new movie will be tied to the Cobra Kai timeline, but given that both stories take place in the same universe, it is entirely feasible that a connection could be made between the two at some point. Fans are certain to appreciate witnessing a new generation of characters study martial arts on the big screen, regardless of whether or not the new Karate Kid movie will be set in the Cobra Kai timeline. However, only time will tell if this scenario will play out. The new movie, Cobra Kai, will be set 30 years after the original Karate Kid movie. The new movie, Cobra Kai, will be set 30 years after the original Karate Kid movie. The film will center on Ralph Macchio's character, Daniel LaRusso, and his rivalry with Johnny Lawrence, William Zabka. In the original movie, LaRusso defeats Lawrence in the All Valley Karate Tournament. The new movie will take place after LaRusso has reopened the Cobra Kai dojo. It is not yet known if the new movie will be set in the present day, or if it will be a flashback story. All we know is that it will be set 30 years after the first movie's events. So far, there is no word on whether or not the new movie will be connected to the Cobra Kai TV series, which is set 34 years after the original film. The show follows Lawrence as he reopens the Cobra Kai dojo and trains a new generation of karate students. It is possible that the new movie could be set in between the events of the TV series and the original film. We will have to wait and see what the new movie has in store for us. Until then, we can all rewatch the original Karate Kid movie and get excited about the new movie. Fans are wondering if the new movie will be in the same timeline as the old movies. When it was announced that a new Karate Kid movie was in the works, fans were immediately curious about what direction the story would take. One of the biggest questions on everyone's mind is whether or not the new film will be set in the same timeline as the original movies. The original 1984 Karate Kid movie and its sequels follow the story of Daniel LaRusso, Ralph Macchio, who learns karate from Mr. Miyagi, Pat Morita, to defend himself from bullies. The new movie, which is currently untitled, will focus on a young girl named Miyagi Watanabe, who is being trained by Mr. Miyagi's former protege, Johnny Lawrence, William Zabka. While it's still too early to say for sure, it seems unlikely that the new movie will be set in the same timeline as the original films. For one thing, Daniel LaRusso is now an adult, while Johnny Lawrence is still in his teens. It's also worth noting that Mr. Miyagi is dead in the new movie timeline, making it very difficult for him to train Mio Watanabe. Of course, strange things have happened in Hollywood, so anything is possible. For now, fans will have to wait and see what direction the new Karate Kid movie takes. It's possible that Cobra Kai could take place in an alternate timeline, where Daniel never defeated Johnny Lawrence. In the original movie, Mr. Miyagi, Pat Morita, tells Daniel he was also a karate champion in his youth and has a debt to settle with Sensei John Kreese, Martin Kove. Miyagi may be referring to an alternate timeline where he never met or trained Daniel. In an interview with screenwriter Andrew LaMarcia, it was said that the new Karate Kid movie will be tied directly to the Cobra Kai series. LaMarcia didn't elaborate on how the two stories will be connected, but it's possible that the new movie could take place in an alternate timeline. If the new movie is in an alternate timeline, it will make sense for Cobra Kai to take place in an alternate timeline. In the original movie, Daniel, Ralph Macchio, defeats Johnny, William Zabka, in the All-Valley Karate Tournament. However, in an alternate timeline, Johnny could have won the tournament. In the Cobra Kai series, Johnny is a successful businessman who owns a car dealership. He may have only achieved this level of success because he won the All-Valley Karate Tournament. Only time will tell what happens in the new Karate Kid movie. Although it has been almost 35 years since the release of the first Karate Kid movie, fans are still as enthralled with the franchise as they were when it first came out. People are curious whether the next movie will take place in the same universe and time period as the Cobra Kai television series. There is currently no information available regarding the storyline of the upcoming film. Still, considering how well received the Cobra Kai television series has been, it would make perfect sense for the new film to take place around that era. We can't wait to find out what occurs in the upcoming Karate Kid movie, but only time will tell what happens in the movie. No information is available to indicate whether or not the upcoming Karate Kid film will take place in the Cobra Kai timeframe. However, considering that the first Karate Kid movie took place in 1984 and the sequel in 2020, it is highly doubtful that the sequel would take place in the same time frame as the original Karate Kid movie. Fans of the television series Cobra Kai will have to hold tight till they find out what the upcoming movie has in store for them. No matter where the new movie takes place in history, we can guarantee that it will be an interesting and eventful movie regardless of the setting. The new Karate Kid movie is sure to be an action-packed and exciting film, regardless of what timeline it is set in. Whether it is in the same timeline as the Cobra Kai TV show or not, fans of the franchise are sure to enjoy it. We can't wait to see what the new movie has in store. Next, in other related news, a new Karate Kid film announced for 2024. The Netflix series Cobra Kai's success has given the franchise a recent boost, and Sony Pictures has planned a new solo movie for 2024. It is understood that the movie, whose cast members and director have not yet been announced, has nothing to do with the television program. The co-creator of Cobra Kai, John Hurwitz, stated on Twitter that he was not engaged, adding, "The guys and I would love to produce Karate Kid and Cobra Kai movies, and hope to someday. But this one isn't from us or focused on the Cobra Kai cast. Don't know much about it, but wish it well. Hashtag Karate Kid, hashtag Cobra Kai." The upcoming movie will be the 6th installment in the venerable Karate Kid series, which debuted in 1984. The most current film, which starred Jackie Chan and Jaden Smith and was released in 2010, earned $359 million, 315 million pounds worldwide, and received generally favorable reviews. Recently, Cobra Kai debuted its 5th season, which features Terry Silver, Thomas Ian Griffith, and Johnny Lawrence, Ralph Macchio from Karate Kid Part 3, as well as their return. According to the official synopsis, Season 5 finds Terry Silver growing the Cobra Kai empire and attempting to establish his no mercy style of karate as the only game in town. This is in response to the unexpected outcomes of the All-Valley Tournament. Daniel LaRusso needs the assistance of an old acquaintance because Kreese is in jail, and Johnny Lawrence has put his karate aside to concentrate on fixing the harm he's done. Being a great fan of the show, Andrew Garfield was reportedly overwhelmed when he received a greeting from the Cobra Kai cast last year. "They are aware of my existence. In my body, it feels like Christmas," he remarked. "Forget about Season 4. I'll be watching that for years. That has affected and moved me deeply. My goodness. Sometimes life can be manageable. That was one of the best moments of my life, proving that life can be very lovely. Although I wish it weren't, it is." Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed our video on whether or not the new Karate Karate Kid movie will be in the Cobra Kai timeline? Let us know what you think in the comments below.